My character is the comic relief in the game, Sir Cadwell. He's a kind of Don Quixote character. He loves battle. He loves to go on a quest and to try and help helpless maidens and all that kind of thing. And he loves fighting, but he never seems to be the slightest bit scared about it. He regards it as a great game. And if he is wounded, then he's incredibly brave about it, in a British sort of way.
This is the second worst. No, this is pretty much the worst thing. One fine day in the middle of the night, two dead kings got up to fight. Back to back they faced each other, drew their bows, and stabbed themselves. I have the honest feeling we've discussed this before, or did I already mention that? No matter. I am Sir Cadwell, the Undaunted, Knight of the Court of Cold Harbour, champion of chivalry, defender of the defenceless, shepherd to the soul-shriven. Well, this has my knickers in a twist. We have a perfectly fine army, but what good is it, sitting around this side of the chasm, twiddling its collective thumbs? It's rather embarrassing, if truth be told.
I always thought it would be wonderful to be a great archer. I think I grew up on Robin Hood and westerns where sort of people fired guns or arrows very, very accurately. And that always appealed to me. But if you wanted to be a bowman in the British Army in 1350, for example, at the Battle of Crecy, you had to start very, very young because you had to develop the most extraordinary musculature. I like it when my character, Sir Cadwell, gets rather vague or confused. I like it when he says, he's been asked, tell me about yourself, Cadwell. He says, I have the oddest feeling we discussed this before. Or did I already mention that? Well, no matter. I like that kind of vagueness. I like playing that.
Based on my experience with the Elder Scrolls Online, I would definitely do another video game because I had a really good laugh. It was really fun. And I'm interested to see, not that I'm very good at playing video games, I feel like I would only sort of get to the first level and never see the stuff I've done. But it was really fun. I'd definitely do it again. I like being in the dark. I voice Queen Iren in this, and she is a queen, so she's quite tough and uncompromising, but then seems to have a softer side and a humorous side. And I've enjoyed all of that stuff, but I did quite like when I had to talk to somebody who turned into a cat, but I was a man. I've been a man as her twice, and that was quite fun. I wasn't expecting to have to do that, so it was nice.
Outright traitors like Norian we end, no question. The problem is that traitors like Norian are only fanning the flame. If I can't win over my people, the Heritants will be dealing with me instead of the other way around. Your king needs to stop talking out of the side of his mouth. He has a lot of Dominion blood on his hands. We're not going to easily forget that, and we're certainly not going to fight by his side in Cold Harbour.
I think they will find my character is very fair and a very good leader, very imposing, and a great warrior, but also has a kind of softer side and a very good heart, and will be helpful to the player. I think my character is a very imposing leader and a great female, strong role model. But she's also somebody who has a lot of hardship and tragedy and betrayal going on during the video game, and I think that gives her quite a sort of sympathetic side that I think people will respond to.
Video games have got better. They're much better now, like The Elder Scrolls is the best way going. I think mine's the best part, but I hope you all love it. I'm sure you will. I'll take away the love and understanding and care, and I hope they take that with them. Thank you. The character I'm playing is blind, and so I put my glasses on, and I act blind. If you look very carefully, you'll see my eyes are closed, which is very clever for me to do that. And then I flick them open now and again, just a little tiny bit, to read the lines The Elder Scrolls Online marks a second video game. Things like that, I have to read them out loud. So how on earth they expect me to play a blind man and also speak a lot leaves me, angry. I get very angry about it. Blind. Lyris, are you all right? Lyris, are you all right? How's it like that? Pretty good. Right.
Indeed. But let us not get ahead of ourselves without an understanding of where we are bound. The Red Guard Swordmaster, Sai-Sahan, leader of the Imperial Dragon Guard. In truth, I feared you'd kill me where I stood if you knew who I was. You certainly wouldn't have allied with us so readily. I caused this, all of this. If Molag Bal destroys this world, the blame will be mine and mine alone.
Well, I'd like to play an elf. That's the part I'd be really good at. Elves are quite short. I'm not short, I'm a bit overweight and not very tall, but an elf would appeal to me. They're funny, they're interesting, they climb trees. So an elf would be my sort of thing. I'd be an elf. Also, they have the added advantage, elves, of sitting down a lot. I love sitting down. If you played a king or some duke or something, you have to keep walking around. I don't do that. So I'd be happy to play an elf. I like the Elder Scrolls. I'm tailor-made for the part. And I'm used to playing blind men. I always play blind men. I enjoy it very much.
The character that I play in the Elder Scrolls is called Nathon. The best way to describe him would be supremely confident and arrogant. A man who clearly has a very, very high opinion of himself and a very low opinion of others, which is even more crucial. There's this ongoing sense of him being very sarcastic and very aloof. He doesn't quite believe that anyone can be as powerful or as strong or as decisive as he is, or as they need to be. So there's always this little tension of trying to, he's very sparing with his compliments, but very generous with his sarcasm.
I know more about the Daedra than any man or mer alive. For good or ill, my family has always kept ties with the forces of oblivion, and this much I know. One cannot kill a Daedric prince. But we have the Amulet of Kings. So, we're to stumble blindly into the catacombs beneath a crumbling ruin abandoned for an age. Lovely. That bearded idiot swordmaster will lead us straight into a trap, no doubt.
It's my small-minded nephew, Jabad. The lad was petty and cruel for the enjoyment of it. I always suspected he'd meet an untimely end. Leave him to his fate. It's kinder than he deserves. And then what? I've no idea what will happen to you. Apotheosis? Disintegration? Too many unknowns and not enough information. But if you defeat Molag Bal and survive, your soul and the soul of every other surviving vestige should be restored. The Amulet of Kings is a relic of Akatosh, the dragon god of time. His powers embody the qualities of perseverance and invincibility, while promoting the virtues of duty, service, and obedience. Make of that what you will. One of the big elements in the character is that he's very, very, sort of very pompous and very arrogant, but he's actually very funny, and his sarcasm and his kind of sort of dismissal of other people can be really. I mean, there's one line where he's talking to Lyris, and he says something like, in a very kind of understanding and supportive and sympathetic way, he says, something like, I understand this must be very hard for you, Lyris, but don't be an idiot. Something like that. And it's just that, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the line now, but it was the turn of phrase that because it started off so kind of like he was just about to give her a hug, and then it turns into this kind of like wonderful slap in the face, and it was that way of just turning